Set goals, create lasting differences, and influence mindsets. That is the role of Agapi Gessesse, who helping business and corporations understand the importance of diversity in the workplace. Here for more is Agapi herself, the executive director of the CEE Center for Young Black Professionals. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I am doing just fine now. Agapi, can you talk about diversity requirements in corporations and how they tend to only focus on top-level management?
Yeah, I think that it's really important that people make up organizations, really. Work can't get done unless the folks who work there make sure that it gets done. And I think although it's a really great step in the right direction, especially for our country, for us to start looking at upper management, it's also important for us to start to shift to look at the entire organization. I think when we think about diversity and inclusion, sometimes, or most of the time, we see a lack of leadership, and that's possibly why people decide to focus on that. But the flip side of that is if there are folks who are level entry or midway in the organization, there's an opportunity that might be missed there for you to build up those folks' capacity to be able to take leadership roles. And so it's important for you to really look at the entire organization, the whole makeup, so that you really know how well you're doing when it comes to diversity and inclusion.
All right, well, let's talk about how companies maybe can now look at setting goals and creating change in their workplace. What's the first step you take?
I think the first step, and I think the biggest mistake some folks make sometimes, is really understanding what diversity and inclusion means. I think sometimes we focus on particular groups, and that is important because there's possibly a disproportion of issues there. But the reality is you need to look at diversity and inclusion in its wholeness so that everyone can feel involved around what that looks like. Really understanding that includes the folks with disabilities, racialized folks, gender. It really encompasses a lot when we're talking about this conversation, and really understanding what that looks like, and also understanding, okay, so who's missing in our organization that really we need to do a better job at engaging and reaching out to.
Can you talk to me about CEE, the Center for Young Black Professionals, the work that you do?
Yeah, so we're a registered charity. We focus on workforce development, and the mission of our organization is pretty big, but clear. We want to address the economic and social barriers that affect Black youth in Canada, and we want to be able to create an economy where Black youth become financially prosperous, live high-quality lives, and are able to contribute to the advancement of Canada. And I think that through this work, we often see young people who are level entry in their workplaces, and so those folks might not be so comfortable to put up their hand or identify themselves or have conversations that might be tough in the workplace. And so it's really important that we're acknowledging folks at all levels of the organization and intentionally asking folks what it is that they need as they start their careers, like we often do at CEE.
Oh, I love this. Okay, if people want to find out more information and maybe if they think, hey, my company needs to get in on this, how can they do that?
You can check us out on our website at ctoronto.org. We're on Facebook, Instagram, as well as LinkedIn. So please check us out.
All right. Well, thank you for your time this morning and for all the knowledge you've shared.
Thank you so much for having me.